you, Linda?
Good morning.
Awesome morning, and I'm really happy. A person can go, pick up the topic and pick some information on what the speaker is going to give, and just give a glimpse. Oh, salute you for this! Amazing. This is what is called the teamwork. This is what is called, as oneness in our journey, wherein we focus exactly on what we want. Thank you very much, Linda.
Thank you,
And
Dr. Prabhu.
as you said very, very beautifully that, allergy. So let's go into this topic. It's a very huge topic because allergy is not a very simple topic where we can, close down in one of our episodes. It's not. It's a huge subject. What I'm trying to do is let me concise the whole thing so that people can understand how do we handle this allergy and what are the factors which are surrounding this particular situation. And I think invariably every human being would have gone through the situation of getting an allergy to whatever the factors are. But what was the treatment module and how do we handle it is all about today's my presentation to you all. So thank you very much, Linda. Fantastic. Let's go into our presentation. Okay, as everybody knows, of course, I'm into the epigenetics. Let me, without wasting time, go into the allergy issues. Now, what exactly is allergy? The definition is very, very simple. It's defined as an altered bodily reactivity, or it can be an hypersensitivity to a situation, to an antigen in response to its exposure for the first time. It's like, when you're at home and suddenly someone unknown comes and pops in. What exactly happens when they come and knock the door? What exactly is our reaction? Either when we see the door is all locked, grill is locked, what do? We would like to know who they are, why they are there into our near our house, and what do they want, all those details. But in case the moment we know these people are not the one, for our benefit, or they are not related to us, or they are not come for the very good purpose, what will we do is we definitely block ourselves and defend ourselves in that situation. We as normal human beings do that. Now, can you believe it's the same mechanism in our body? Our body also does the same thing. Someone foreign, someone unknown comes into the body will definitely, what will happen is go and, talk to them and ask them, why are you here? Like in today's situation, I think we all know that there is something called corona here for the past 1.5 years. And, of course, our body is trying to find out what this virus is trying to do for us. And before the body can recognize, I think there are a lot of other complication our body goes through. And of course, at the end of the day, people do die because of the complication of the situation of the foreign bodies, something called an allergen. So what is an allergen is, it's a type of an antigen where that it produces an abnormal vigorous immune response in which our immune system fights off a perceived threat that would otherwise be harmless to the body. Such reaction is called allergies. Now here, our body definitely is so well equipped with its own mechanism from the cellular level to the organ level. It does try to avoid certain situation wherein when there is a foreign body coming inside, it does try to protect us by not creating a reaction to it. It tries to coax the antigens and then, form an antibody and then try to neutralize the effects of the antigen. Now, saying that, what happens is basically when it stimulates your response. See what happens is the first the bodily mechanism is your defense system, is your immune system. It's no other areas in your whole body which will come to your rescue. It's your defense system. It's a just like any country when there is a threat of from the foreign countries, wherein there is a threat for the country. What would they do is either they bring in the Navy, Army, and the Air Force. All the three. It's a defense mechanism. So in the same way, our own body also has a defense mechanism and it will respond to that situation. So what are these antigens, from where it is produced? If you look at, of course, it can be from toxins, it can be from chemicals, it can be from bacteria, it can be virus. Now, the best part is there are our own body tissues and cells, including cancer cells, also do have something called antigens on them that can cause an immune response. Now, this is a very, very intricate mechanism and a very beautiful mechanism. Only thing, you and I are so ignorant that we don't know. Basically, we don't know how our body is uh, protecting ourselves, and we just jump into conclusion that this happened and immediately we want a solution for it, be it whether you get a corona situation or a cancer or any disease for that matter. There is something going on in your body. So what you need to do is you need to work on how do we assist you. See, at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, you need to assist your body. It's like when your country needs to be defended, you need to enforce, bring in the best of the equipments in your army, navy, and air force so that it can protect your country. In the same way, if your body needs to be protected, it needs to be understood as to how it functions, and then automatically assist it to the best of your abilities. Now, how are you going to support your body in the best of your abilities? Number one would be just be positive in your way of living. Be positive in your way of living. Number two, look into what are the food habits you are having. What kind of water are you drinking? What kind of fruits are you consuming? So when you look at, there are so many things which we need to look into. But what we do is we all totally focus on the disease and then we try to find a solution for the disease. See, finding a solution for a disease is not easy because not everyone is able to pick what is the reason you got the disease and what are the factors you got the disease because of, or why is it happening. Everybody cannot become, even as a doctor, let me tell you, I am not an expert in knowing every disease under the sun. It doesn't happen that way. It's a our knowledge is just a drop in an ocean. So in that way, if you look at the diseases, there are thousands and thousands of diseases wherein we don't even know how it happens. It's okay, but what we need to understand is there is something you and I can change and can do something to assist our bodies. Prepare your body to a better defense mechanism. How do we do that? As we go, I will let me share that. Now, definitely there is something called an antigen, and there is this is just to give you a glimpse of what's happening at the cellular level. There is an antibody your body is producing. So this is where you all need to understand that when you're taking a vaccination, what happens is it is basically triggering a response from your immune system to produce antibodies for the antigen. Now, antigen is, for example, if you're looking at coronavirus, it does produce an antigen, and then that is affecting your body. Now, that is a foreign body. So what happens? You need to have an antibody for it so that it just clings on. If you can see that antigen and antigen binding site, it's the same. It should be. But if you look at the antigen, there are different sizes and there are different shapes. What you see there on the photograph, it has to be specific. So that means your body has to recognize what is that antigen and then prepare an antibody so that it goes and locks it up. Now, when it locks it up, it has to neutralize the effect of the antigen. Sometimes it may not be able to produce a neutralization effect because it doesn't have sufficient amount of nutrition at the cellular level to produce the required amount of proteins for it to go and form an antibody to neutralize it. Now where is the problem? It's within our body. Your body is not able to do what it is supposed to do. Now, why is that? Probably you didn't take care of your body. You didn't do what you're supposed to do all the number of years. Suddenly, at the age of 50 years, you're exposed to something called corona, and then that in turn is taking an upper hand and then trying to dominate the situation. Now, everywhere you see, be it human beings or be it the cell or be it the virus or bacteria, everybody wants to dominate because that's the way they feel that dominance is the only way we all can live. But in true reality, we need to understand that yes, you need to dominate. Now, who needs to dominate? In your case, it's your own immune system has to dominate. Now, there are a lot of cells like the B cells, T cells, natural killer cells. There are many unseen, unknown like your defense mechanism, which is protecting you without your knowledge. It is all happening at the cellular level. It's still okay, no issues. Let it do its job. Only thing is, you and I do not know what exactly is happening and how do we assist that particular. So such of those who are all here on this platform today, wherein come from last week until now, if you look at how many people died, there are so many people died. How many people died of corona? There are many people who died of corona. How many people died of heart attack? Many people. How many accidents? Yes, there are. So like that, if you see, people out there are dying on one side. On the other side, if you look at, people are being born. There are so many newborn babies. They are coming onto this planet Earth. Now, whether we like or not, this cycle of birth and death is going on. But for you and me, we are down here. Why are we here? Can we do something? Can we help ourselves? Forget about doing something for others. Can you help yourself? Should be your first area of interest, wherein you try to help yourself first. How do you help yourself? The first thing what you need to do, keep your immune system perfectly in working condition so that it can do its job. For that, what do you do? As soon as you get up in the morning, are you doing the breathing exercise? Are you going for regular exercise? Are you looking at the food what you eat? Are you exposed to the electronic gadgets? How many hours are you exposed? And how many of you are so engrossed in the WhatsApp messages, Facebook messages, Twitter, Instagram, and trying to reply that and trying to give opinions for situation where your opinion doesn't mean anything to anybody, because it's only circulating in your WhatsApp group. And then ultimately what? You and I cannot change the rule. There is something wherein you and I can change. What you can do is, you can take care of yourself. You can take care of your family members, maybe a little bit of friends around. Can do something, share some good things, and then start moving forward. Saying that everybody on this planet Earth has something to do which is going on without your knowledge. So what happens? So what do we know? So when there is an antigen, definitely there is an immune response automatically. So what are the situation where there is an allergy and symptoms? Now, very commonly you see sneezing is one thing which I think the moment you are exposed to dust, you start sneezing. And of course, if the sneezing is one or two times, you and I would, of course, no issues on that, because that's the way the body will respond. Something going inside your nose. But something beyond your control, if it goes, the quantity goes more. So what happens? Your sneezing starts continually 10 to 15 to 20. Imagine if you're going to sneeze 20 times, what happens? Do you know the amount of air pressure the lungs has to prepare your lungs to, so that contract in one shot, so that you sneeze the whole allergens out? Now why is the sneezing happening is, your body is thinking, hey, why this particular dust has come inside the nose? It should not be here, so it should be thrown out. So what the body mechanism is? Sneezing. This is the first simple mechanism what your body. Now, so beautifully, one small dust going inside your nose, your brain immediately picks up the signal, and these guys down near the nose, they will immediately inform the brain, hey, this fellow foreign body has come, you better do something. So what happens? The brain has to give an information to your lungs and say, hey, look, someone has come near the nose, you better prepare the air so that you push them out. So what happens? In a sneezing, the whole pocket of air from your lungs is pushed in such a high speed that the whole whatever dust particle is be thrown out of that particular area from the nose. Now this is a natural mechanism. Now after that, what happens? Still it doesn't happen. So what you and I normally do is, if there is something we need to clean our hands, maybe you just put one glass of water and try to clean it, doesn't get clean. So what do? You open the tap, and then there is a running water, you put your hand and then try to wash it up. Now this is what your body also does. After sneezing, what your body will do is, okay, these fellows are not going to go out, so let me do something. So it will open the tap. So the opening the tap is nothing but your running nose. So what happened? Your nose start dripping with the liquid, which it's trying to wash the foreign body which is sitting in your nose to be thrown out. But sometimes what will happen is, the other situation is, your nose your nose becomes fully red, your eyes can become red and very itchy. Now, itchy is another situation. You feel like scratching, but you cannot put your hand inside your nose until upper end and then try to scratch. You cannot, but you will feel like really very uneasy. Now what happens when that kind of situation comes? You go on rubbing and rubbing until your nose becomes like a joker's nose, wherein it is totally red. Now, other than that, if your this particular dust slowly starts traveling inside to your throat and to your chest, what will happen? You may have a little bit of sore throat, and many times, this is a very, very common problem, which I think many of the children today are facing, is wheezing, or you can call it as an asthma. Now, basically, asthma is a condition wherein when you get an attack of breathing difficulty, like wheezing, per year around 4 times, and then you get it the second year, then only you are labeled as asthma. It is not just first time you go to a doctor and you have a wheezing, there's a whistling sound which is coming from your chest, and the doctor hears and says you have something like asthma, but it is not asthma. Basically, you need to get repeated attacks. So initially it's only a bodily response from your body saying that this particular foreign body is come inside. Now what happens is, just visualize this particular situation. There is a foreign body coming inside your lungs, and your lungs feels it is not to be allowed inside. So what it will do, you and I, we at home, we have a grill gate outside. We just lock it up and say this foreigner, whoever wants to come in, cannot come in, right? In the same way, your own lung system, what it does is, it will just switch on and inform the brain that this foreign body has already come inside. Please do something. So the brain, what it can do, it doesn't have a grill gate to close the gate and then tell the foreign body you cannot come inside. So the only option the brain has is, the passages has to be made smaller. So automatically, when your passages are made smaller, the body feels that, of course, at least the number of foreign body going inside will be less. That's what our body is thinking about. But in reality, the moment your tubes are becoming smaller, don't you think you will have breathing difficulty? This is what is many times you and I would have faced, wherein you have a breathing difficulty. Now, if the breathing difficulty is manageable, you will just escape and probably you will not go to hospital. But if it becomes severe, you start getting a whistling noise, what will happen? You will be start gasping for air. Now that's when you go to the hospital, and the doctor will put you on an injection, and then of course they will put you on some nebulizers, oxygen. All this will happen. But these are all solutions what we are looking at once the allergen has come inside your body. But that's the way the body has to respond. When there is a foreign body, it has to close down the shutters. So that is what the breathing difficulty starts off. Now, how are we going to prevent all this? It is going to be difficult. Now, when there is a irritation in the throat, what will happen? The throat will inform the brain saying that this fellow, foreign fellow, has come inside me. Can you do something? So what the brain will do, he will switch on the cough reflex. So cough reflex is another something like sneezing, trying to throw the foreign body out. This is a natural body mechanism. So what happens is, there is an allergy which has come inside your body, and then your body is trying to respond. Now, this is, I'm talking at the face level and your throat level and your chest level. Now, if by chance the foreign body is coming onto your skin, what will happen? There will be allergic rashes over the skin. So what will happen? Worse come worse, you may feel a little itchy feeling on that. Now, what you do, you go on scratching, it will become totally red. Now, by scratching, what are you trying to do? You just imagine there is a foreign body down there, and there is a redness there and feeling itchy. When you scratch it, it's a natural mechanism that you try to remove that particular allergen from that particular area. But many times, if it is a dust allergy or a itch mite, what happens is, you go on scratching, you're actually spreading the allergen to the surrounding area. Now, from one area to another area, you go on scratching, it will go on spreading to the other area. Now, this is another external threat we are having. If it is one time, probably you and I, maybe we are okay. But if it goes on repeatedly being exposed on this situation, what will happen is, definitely it becomes a chronic issue wherein you and I will not be able to handle it. and definitely we need medical attention. Probably doctors will do some blood tests and some allergic tests, and then get to know why do you have the allergy. But at the end of the day, whatever the allergy is, we all need to have a solution. Now, coming back to this immune response. Now, immune system is something which your body is needs to be kept at the fit level so that it can respond. Now, this also you and I know the commonest problem I'm going to concentrate today is the food and the dust allergy. Of course, you look at the food allergy. There are a lot of people out there who are allergic to milk, allergic to eggs, allergic to fish, and nuts. Nuts, very. This is a very common problem. Like when people very commonly I see is groundnuts. You eat groundnuts, immediately you will have an allergic reaction. Now, what are the other situation is when you are eating too much of groundnuts also, your uric acid levels can now when your uric acid goes high, what happens? Automatically there are a lot of uric acid crystals everywhere inside the body being deposited. Now, if it gets deposited in your joints, what will happen? You will definitely get some joint pain. You will definitely get some joint swellings, and maybe there is a little bit of restriction of movements at the joint level. Now, this is all what I'm talking is just one peanut is causing a situation. It's a cycle of situations which will happen. It's connected to one another so that there is a problem at the end. But the beginning is the peanut. But the moment you put the peanut inside your mouth, then from there the whole situation starts up. There is an allergic. So once you know that you're not supposed to, supposed to eat a particular food stuff which is causing you a allergy problem or which is actually causing some health issues, why should you eat that? Now, when you look at the wheat, now wheat is something everybody like, especially with the Indian community, they'll be eating a lot of chapatis, and from the wheat, there are a lot of ingredients which are picked up from them for you to prepare the foodstuffs, like. But at the end of the day, today it has been found in the epigenetic solutions when we were going through it. What we found was there is something called gluten, which is available which is there inside the wheat. Now, this gluten is a situation where it is causing an allergy. Now, where it starts the allergy is definitely when you eat the wheat, of course, the chapati or the wheat related flour related gluten, when it goes inside your intestine, what happens is there is an inflammatory process, is an allergy. Now, what I spoke to you just few minutes ago was the allergy inside your nose. What happens? The same way, if there is an allergy going inside through your intestines, your gut system. Now, how is that you will recognize that there is a problem inside your gut? Unless, for example, you eat your food, immediately you have a diarrhea, you have a stomach cramps, you have vomiting, at least you'll know, yeah, I had a food poisoning. This is what you and I know. Then what we do, we will stop eating or we will take precautionary measures to prevent the allergy. Now, what if the allergen is so small that you don't even know that there is a problem happening inside? Now, this is a very common problem which most of the human beings are facing is your gluten allergy. Now, gluten sensitivity and gluten allergy leads to what? It definitely leads to the situation called inflammation. Now, when there is an inflammation happening inside your gut system, your gut health system is definitely compromised. When your gut health is compromised, what happens? Automatically, your immune system gets compromised. When your immune system gets compromised, what will happen? Definitely, your defense system is compromised. When your defense system is compromised, what is the end result? Of course, the antigens take over, the virus take over, the bacteria take over. They try dominating you in and out, and once they start dominating, you cannot do anything. It takes over. So the only way is you get destroyed. Now, this is something like your own self-destruction because we do not take care of ourselves. So don't you think that we all need to look into to take care of yourself in and out every day, 24 hours? You need to watch what are you eating. what do you do in your day, what kind of food are you eating, what your body telling you. If your body tells you don't eat this, don't eat that. Why are you trying to once again put inside? Now, in this way, when you look at, there are a lot of things our body will tell you. The body is intelligent to intimate you, sir, this is a problem. If you do this, this is a problem. So you better stop. Your body tells you. Only thing is we are so ignorant and we are so adamant in doing what we are not supposed to do. We will do it correctly. I always will say, doing the wrong things at the wrong time at the wrong place and expecting the right results. This is what every human being, most of, in my experience, I've seen this. Everything wrong, but the results must be right. How can it happen? It doesn't go that way. Now, this is another very common problem we face is, of course, the pollen outside one. Then the dust mites, the molds inside your home is another major cause. This is all I have been seeing in the past 5 to 6 years in my epigenetic. But what exactly happened? This is, I think, in 2009. What exactly happened was every day nighttime at around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, suddenly I wake up, my whole skin and body starts itching. So what I will do, go on scratching, and suddenly, what else to do? As a doctor, of course, I have some antihistamine and I have steroids. So I was popping in this medication, and every day only at nighttime, after 12 o'clock, I go to sleep very nicely, and suddenly I'll wake up, start scratching. And I was wondering, what is this happening? Then I knew there is some allergy happening. So I was thinking, what food I did I eat in the night time, and then what is causing? But I tried changing the food habits and then tried to, but nothing happened. Now that was the time there was a particular person just called me and said, Doctor, I we have a very good vacuum. I was just thinking, okay, vacuum means that time I'm talking around 2008 or 2009. Vacuum cleaners probably we would be paying around 500, 600 ringgits or 1000 ringgits. Okay. So I told him, okay, fine, just come and show me the demo. So he came and then showed the first thing in the demo. What he showed me was he did the bed cleaning for me. Can you believe my bed, after cleaning, it was totally black in color and totally oily. The first time after he did the cleaning, then that impressed me a lot. Hey, this system is something fantastic. And that particular system was called the Rainbow vacuum cleaner, wherein that time they were talking about cleaning and sucking out the itch mites or the mites which are there in your bed, which comes out from your skin, and falls down there. And then the best good news I got was after I purchased the machine, exactly in 2 weeks time, the total allergic manifestation until today is almost 13 to 14 years. I have no allergy of my body because of the whatever the allergic mite situation, because nowadays we clean the bed. So what I want to convey here is, this is one of the commonest problem which you and I or many people are facing, because we never clean our beds. We just clean our bedspread. What we do is wash it, iron it, put it in the sun. All these we do. But how many of us do the vacuum cleaning of the bed, which plays a very important. So such of those whose children or who are all suffering from bronchial asthma, bronchitis or breathing difficulties. So what you need to do is first clean your bed, which is a very important clue I can give you is, you need to buy a vacuum cleaner, or I think there are other things. I do not want to go in very detail, but do a vacuum cleaning of your bed, and then see to that these whatever organism what you're seeing there, the itch mites, should be able to be sucked inside so that your bed is clean. Now this is where if we can do it weekly once or monthly once, at least clean your bed, definitely we can avoid the allergy which is arising from the bed wherein you are sleeping for a minimum period of 6 to 8 hours. This is a minimum period we human beings sleep. But at the end of the day, every 5 years, you need to change your bed. This is another very important information. You need to change your bed, cleaning your bed, and preferably using cotton bed sheets and bedspreads is another very, very important clue if at all you want to prevent the allergies. Now, other than the bed in the bedroom, what you need to do is do have a air cleaner. Invest in an air cleaner, even though it can be a little expensive. Go for a good quality air cleaner so that whenever you sleep in your bedroom, the air inside is clean. Because outside air in a city life, definitely there are a lot of pollution, dust coming in. Definitely we cannot prevent that. But what we can do is in the environment where we are living, let's invest in the right machines so that we will be able to have a good health so that our immune system gets the benefit. Now, there are when you just this is just for information only. When you're looking outdoors, there's a lot of problems right from the grass to the trees to the weeds, vehicular traffic, fuel combustion, then the power station, agriculture, construction, domestic, indoors, especially animals. When you have pets at home, the fur and the hair definitely does create a lot of allergic issues. And molds is another very, very important area. Spores and molds. Not many of you are aware that we are exposed to this. And this is something which I have been seeing in my hair analysis, wherein when we do the hair testing, we see a lot of people having these molds and spores. Now, when there is a molds and spores, what will happen is one form is allergy, okay, and one form is an allergic manifestation. But another form is it causes inflammation inside your cell level. It does go inside and start producing inflammation. Now, inflammation is another area wherein we all face problem today because of the inflammation. Now, inflammation, definitely there are a lot of symptoms and a lot of issues which we'll be facing. So what we need to understand is we need to eat food which is less inflammation, which is more. That's where people talk about the alkaline water, alkaline food, alkaline environment, all these. Definitely, it is a comprehensive understanding that we need to look into all this. But if you're looking at the indoor, there are, of course, out there we can see a lot of people down there smoking and vaping. All this is happening. Now, whether you like it or not, people will be going on buying cigarettes. They will do what they are supposed to do because that's the way their mental makeup is. Now, even if you tell them that this is not the right thing, what you need to do, but still people will go on doing their whatever they are supposed to. But the moment when you get a problem, definitely that is the time you will start looking for solution. Now, many times, especially when I see a smoker, the first thing I will ask them is, why do you smoke in a public? Now, when you look at the public area, why do you smoke? Definitely, it's not your birthright to smoke in a public. So what I would request very humbly is, if at all you want to smoke, please go back to your bedroom and smoke there. Shut down all the windows and doors and you can smoke. There is no problem at all. The reason is you have every right to do what you want in your home. But when it comes up to outside, just imagine today's children, what, what sin did they do that they need to be exposed to these kind of pollutants? One is the vehicular, industrialization, smoking, all the. Now, what is that you and I can prevent is definitely we can avoid smoking. Definitely we don't need to smoke. Well, by smoking, what are you doing? You're not doing any great job. You're not getting $1 billion because you're smoking. Nobody's going to pay you, but you make the a cigarette company $1 million benefit by you buying the cigarette. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to tell you down here is it does cause some allergic situation. There are people who may not be able to inhale that smoke, and that in turn causes an allergic reaction. So why should you or I be a reason for another person's health issue? So we need to look into how do we contribute in a way where everybody starts living a healthy life, so that in whatever little way, let's do something so that we are a contributor, not a destroyer. Now, saying this, definitely we need to look at solution. At the end of the day, whatever the problems you and I are going to face, we need to find solution. So what do we do to prevent the allergy? The only thing we can do is stop exposure to that particular. Now, if I say stop exposure, if probably I were to talk 10 years ago and tell people, hey, look, you're supposed to wear a mask because outside the pollution is very high and you need to avoid. Probably that I said this doctor is, a gone case where definitely everybody wouldn't. But today you see, everybody started wearing a mask. Now, who was the culprit who brought this issue? COVID was a situation which brought everyone down to the knees and said, now look, you human beings, you were acting so smart. When things were going wrong, you all never responded. But now what I made, everybody has to wear a mask, whether you like it or not. 24 hours if possible you have to wear, especially if you're going outside you have to wear. Of course inside your home you don't need to, but that situation has come today wherein you need to stop exposure to the environmental pollution, which in turn can prevent you from having an allergic reaction. Now we must prepare our immune system. How does your immune system get prepared? Is it's not just a one day marathon wherein you do something and then your immune system prepares. No, it's a lifelong process, and it's a everyday process, and it's an every moment process happening inside your body. So what you do is what your immune system will pick it up and then start. Anything wrong you do, definitely the immune system gets affected. It can be the simplest thing I can say is when you expose yourself to a pollutant outside in an environment, definitely it affects your immune system, because your immune system try to protect you by producing the antibodies, so that the particular foreign body, when it comes inside, it should be cleansed out, or it should be engulfed or swallowed up, and or it should be destroyed. But there are sometimes your own immune system can start reacting to your own body cells, thinking that it is a foreign body. Now, many times what happens is camouflaging. This is, I think you and I know, camouflaging. The foreign body, or maybe the virus or a bacteria or a cancer cells, when they are inside your body, they are also very smart. They will produce certain antigens which will look like the same as what your body is producing, and it will go and lock it up on the healthy cells. So what will happen, the healthy cells also has the same antigen antenna array. So your body is thinking, why this particular person? So what happens, the body starts attacking them, thinking that it is a foreign body, but ultimately it is your own system your body is trying to. This is what happens in an autoimmune diseases. Now if you look at the autoimmune diseases, there are umpteen number, the list goes on. Even if you're going to take around 10 different autoimmune diseases, right from your thyroid to your kidney diseases to your heart issues to your brain issues, how are you going to prevent? Your body is fighting its own self. Your own immune system is going and fighting. So this is where you need to understand that the trigger factors, this is what is all about in epigenetics. What we try to do is we prevent the epigenetic factors from triggering your situation of a disease or a problem or an inflammation or a reaction. That is what we work on epigenetics. It's a very simple concept, very easy to follow, and very beautifully we are able to assist a lot of human beings, and then prevent them from getting into a more complicated situation. So what you need to do is prepare your immune system. Now the next very important is you need to consume the appropriate food and nutrition, which plays a very, very, very important role. Food and nutrition, I would say, is number one. What food you eat is what you are. If you're going to consume a lot of toxic food, man-made toxins, for example, chicken you're going to eat, definitely the chicken is not a normal grown chicken. It is definitely injected with steroids, antibiotic, then it's made big, and then that's what people are buying. So what is happening? So every day you consume a little bit of chicken, the man-made toxic chickens, automatically that in turn, in a long run, will have a problem. Now, one of the very commonest problem which human beings are facing is infertility. Means you get married, you can't produce a child. Now, where is the problem? Of course, your food habits, what you've been eating. Now, if you see girls getting matured at the age of 10 years, those days, maybe 50 years ago, they used to get matured at 15 years. But today it's 10 years. 5 years also they get matured. Now, why is this all happening? Because of the milk and milk product, the food what we eat, the processed food, the junk food what we eat from outside also plays a very, very important role in our day-to-day life and the diseases. And of course, today, if you go to the hospital, there are a lot of people having allergic issues. If you go to the skin department, it's fully packed. If you go to the respiratory chest department, also there are a lot of people packed with breathing difficulties. Now, from where all this problem has cropped up, it's all what we need to say is it's from the epigenetic factors, right from the food to the nutrition and the environmental factors, which is causing you the problem. Now, what do we know? As I told you, the solution. Now, you do have a problem right now. If it is a mild problem, you don't need to worry. But if it is a major problem, definitely you need to take medication, because that's the only way for you to get a relief. Imagine you have a itchy feeling and you want to say, okay, let the nature takes care and then let me try to do naturally. Yes, naturally, one of the best thing everybody can do when you have an allergy is drink a lot of water. And that too, today we have terahertz water with all the best quality water. I think a lot of testimonies has been going on in our terahertz group where they are able to get clear it off. Now, how does it happen? Just by drinking. First line of management when you are having an allergy for the first time, chronic problem or a chronic allergic situation, and you just drink one day or a glass of water or your for a few months, then probably your body will be able to throw the toxins out. And of course, the fifth point is to be very, very clean. Plays a very, very manifestation of any diseases. You need to drink some important role in neutralizing the chemical reaction of an antibiotic water to wash it up. In the same way, whatever the allergy is one of the problems which human bugs are. The diseases, like if you look at, there are a lot of diseases, so many numbers wherein we are not telling you that just only the drinking water is going to be a solution, but that is a base. It's a foundation. When you can take care of it, then all the other things probably we need to look into other factors to assist you in your journey. Now, once again, where exactly is our prevention of allergy depends on is it definitely depends on how healthy are you, is how healthy is your immune system. Now, in this way, I am repeating here, homeostasis is basically a balanced environmental state. Your body tries to balance everything inside for the environmental outside. If your body outside, for example, the environmental is very hot, now what happens, your blood vessels will open up, vasodilatation. When it opens up, what happens, the heat is being dissipated out. This is what happens for your body. It's a balance. Outside environment is very cold. What will happen inside your body will start causing a vasospasm. That means your blood vessels will start contracting, and what happens is it will contain the heat what it needs for the body. So it's a mechanism which your body tries to do the balancing of this homeostate. That means it's the same state as outside. This is what your body is doing in and out. Now, when your body cannot handle this, this is where you land up in some problems, and that is when you start looking at symptoms. Symptoms is basically there is a problem, and then you get a symptom. Now, this is what is we all need to understand is we need to take care of ourselves in many ways. So you need to prepare your body to heal itself from any external threat. That is what is truly called as a healthy state of life. Saying this, what happens is we all need to have a proper homeostasis of our body. Once again, everything falls in these four categories: cell level, tissue level, organ level, and a human body as a whole. We all need to work from the cellular level, and epigenetics is what we are all dealing from the cellular level. So do work from your cellular level and start helping your body to become much more healthier. So today, our immune system is very confused. Definitely it is confused because the kind of antigens it's exposed to is so very, very different. Now, as you know very well, like people are talking about the Delta variant of coronavirus, which is much more serious, which attacks faster. Within 4 days, the patient's lungs is totally eaten up. This is where our immune system don't know what to do. Now, this one we also don't know what to do, because your immune system cannot do anything because the situation is like that. But over a period of time, if you all have done what you need to do for your body, definitely your body can face the situation, and it is so intelligent that it can handle it. So what you need to do is, we are definitely facing a very, very difficult situation today. It is difficult, but let's start something today. Let's start working for our body. Let's do something for our body. then keep our environmental surroundings, in a much more compatible manner, so that we are able to live a little bit peaceful life in our journey, so that at least when you go to sleep, you have a peaceful sleep. And when you get up in the morning, you have a peaceful waking up in the morning, and then you do your routines more beautifully. But it is a challenge. Now, when this challenge is there, I think we as human beings, we are intelligent enough, we have evolved enough in this planet, on this planet Earth, to make our life comfortable. Saying this, definitely, if you look at the protocol, now anybody has an allergy, what is a protocol? You go to a doctor, definitely they will give you an antihistamine and probably steroid. Now, last time, whenever you say you have an allergy, what we would say, hey, wear a mask, probably when you're cleaning your house, cleaning your wardrobe, wear a mask. But today, even to go out, the law has been made in such a way that no human being can walk out without a mask. We all have to wear a mask. This is a law being created. So once that standard protocol is there, what can we do? But on one side, drugs are a necessity when there is a problem. It is a necessity. But if there is a natural way of assisting our body, what are the natural ways we can do is we need to work on it. Now, this is where terahertz resonated water plays such an important role, that it should be able to support your body in terms of allergies. And when you're talking about allergies, terahertz water can do a lot of benefits in terms of diluting the toxins, helping your body to keep its immune system much better, to detox all the chemicals and the unfavorable bacteria or viruses. It can be able to help. So even though it is a very simple solution, like what we are talking is a water, but resonated water with terahertz plays such an important role in our day-to-day life, that we definitely can help ourselves and then probably help other fellow human beings also, to assist them in their situation where it can be in the disease situation. Coming back to the water, definitely the water frequency is around 7.6 with a molecular structure of around 2 nanometers, with the viscosity of minus 680, with all the beautiful good properties of the terahertz resonated water, being an antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, anti-aging, anti-radiation. All these are amazing properties which we have. So when there is a possibility for us to drink this water, why not? And if it can help us to clear our allergies, I think probably after my talk, probably people can share their beautiful experiences after drinking terahertz water, how their allergy problems were solved, even the skin diseases, all these can be shared after my talk. So definitely there'll be a lot, not one or two, there are a lot of people who have been benefited by drinking this water. So what is my final message to every one of you is, you need to drink water to be healthy. Now, when you're healthy and when you work on your own self, what happens is your body knows what to do, where to do, when to do, everything it knows, it will do its job. Your job is to just being there to support the body by drinking the sufficient amount of water. So water can solve many allergic situations. Yes, definitely. Even spraying of water over the skin areas, wherever you have an allergic manifestation, can bring down the allergic uh, reactions to a minimal level. And drinking water, definitely. And now, if you can do steam inhalation, this is another very beautiful situation for COVID. So what I tell people is, take the terahertz water, put in a steamer, and then boil the water and inhale the steam. It's good enough. Definitely, it has a lot of healing properties when you do the steam inhalation with the terahertz water. And now, this is something which I want to let you know is, let our children know what to do, where to do, when to do. When it comes up to health, guide them and give them all the information what is necessary to keep the body healthy, and avoid all whatever unfavorable situations which is creating a problem to the body. You need to let the children know that, sorry, you have to put a full stop. Now, it can be right from your gadget usage to the whatever today's teenagers, have the habit of vaping. So there are so many things which we all need to. So better we build a better future So what we need to do is teach our children the right information to them and then give them. So let's leave a legacy of good health to the future and the generations of what we have created by producing the children. And then, of course, they will be going on doing the same thing what you have done. But what I would request every one of you down here is let's leave a legacy of good health. Let's leave a legacy of blissful lifestyle. Let's give a legacy of a proper nutrition guidelines to our people. And let every soul who has come to this earth should live to the fullest possible of their life and move forward. Saying that, the quote of the week is today is knowledge is known to remove the darkness of ignorance. Knowledge. Now, this is where our platform, every Saturday, we are all here, and I see to that, take all the necessary measures to give the best of the information, collect the information, and of course, I bring it down to you. So it will dispel the darkness of ignorance, but wisdom to use that knowledge is the key to life to be a blissful state. This is what these are the quotes which I have created and I put it up, and this automatically goes on. So what you need to do is just having knowledge doesn't have any meaning. You need to have the wisdom to use the knowledge appropriately at the appropriate time for you to get the best result. Saying this, see you all next week. Until I come back with another topic or maybe the same topic, I wouldn't know, but definitely I will be coming up with some interesting topic the next week, next Saturday. Until then, I wish every one of you a fantastic, blissful, abundant, allergy less lifestyle. And last but not the least, we have seen allergy to dust, allergy to everything under the sun, right? There is one allergy topic which I never spoke until now. I'm going to tell you is allergy to human beings. Now, this is a very common thing which we all are seeing on surrounding us. You know, one human being hating another human being, one human being doesn't like another. It's nothing but an allergic reaction. So what we need to do is let's prepare ourselves with a lot of love and prepare with a lot of blissful state within ourselves. Let's live in peace to ourselves first and every one of us down there. Let's be neutral, beautiful soul, and trying to, be balanced in every part of our journey. And, we as human beings should be privileged to live on this planet Earth with a very, very allergy less lifestyle. Thank you very much. And Linda can take over.
Yes.
Thank you.